Elements. An element is a pure substance which cannot be broken down into two or more pure substances by chemical means. There are 118 elements confirmed by the IUPAC on December 30th, 2015, known to man, which have been placed systematically in a table called periodic table. Elements are further divided into metals, non-metals, and noble gases. We have learned previously that various states of matter exist due to different arrangements of molecules in them. Now, we will learn that molecules are not the smallest particle of matter, but it is an atom which is the smallest particle of matter. An atom is the smallest particle of an element which may or may not have independent existence, but always takes part in a chemical reaction. All elements are made up of atoms. Atoms of an element are similar to each other, while atoms of different elements differ from each other. Classification of elements. What are metals, non-metals, and noble gases? All elements do not resemble with each other and can be categorized into 1. Metals, 2. Non-metals, 3. Metalloids, 4. Noble gases. Metals. Metals are those substances which have the following characteristics. 1. They have luster, which means that their surface shines when light falls on it. Example, gold, silver, copper, etc. 2. They are good conductors of heat. Example, all cooking vessels are made up of metals. 3. They are good conductors of electricity. Example, household electrical wiring is made up of metal. 4. They are ductile and malleable. It means that they can be drawn into wires and beaten into sheets respectively. Example, copper is used for making wires, while foil of aluminium is used to pack food items. 5. They have high melting point and boiling point. Cooking vessels are made up of metals or their alloys because they can withstand high temperature and do not melt. Their melting point is high. Similarly, mercury, which is a metal but exists as a liquid, is used in measuring body temperature in thermometers as its boiling point is very high. They are sonorous. It means that they produce a ringing sound when struck. Do you know? Mercury is the only liquid metal. Non-metals. An element can be called a non-metal if 1. It has no luster and cannot be polished. Example, coal. 2. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. 3. It has a low melting point and boiling point. 4. It is neither malleable nor ductile. 5. It is generally a gas or soft solid at room temperature. Bromine is the only non-metal which exists as liquid at room temperature. Examples of non-metals existing as gas are oxygen, nitrogen, etc. and soft solid is phosphorus. 6. It is not sonorous. It does not produce a ringing sound when struck. Do you know? Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity except geoplute, form of carbon. Metalloids. Metalloids are elements that have properties of metals as well as non-metals. Arsenic, germanium, silicon, and antimony are some examples of metalloids. Noble gases. Both metals and non-metals are reactive. They react with acids or displace less active metals or non-metals from their salt solutions. However, there are 6 elements in periodic table which are totally unreactive. They are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Radon is the only noble gas that occurs in Earth's crust.